It's 5 a.m. The room is still blue. You're up before anything asks you to be. Phone face down on the table. The city outside is a dark shape that hasn't woken yet. And for a little while, nobody in the world knows you're awake. That's the part you protect. Not the coffee, not the view, the silence. Most people would call that a quirk, a loner thing, antisocial. They're looking at the wrong clock. Because your brain is doing something in that hour it can't do for the rest of the day. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly what it is. And the 60 seconds where almost everyone destroys it. Here's how it goes for most people. Alarm off, and before their feet hit the floor, the thumb is already moving. Notifications. A group chat that argued while they slept. Someone's hot take on the news. 3 emails that can wait but won't. The day starts talking before they do. By the time they've brushed their teeth, they've answered to 4 people they haven't seen. You've done it too, maybe for years. You wake up and instantly you're a guest in your own morning. Now picture the opposite. Nobody's in the room. No voices, no opinions loaded in yet. Just you, a cold window, and a mind free to wander with no audience. That quiet isn't nothing. That quiet is where the rare thing happens. So how rare is it, really? In 2014, a psychologist named Timothy Wilson ran a study at the University of Virginia. The setup was almost cruel in its simplicity. He put people in an empty room, 15 minutes, no phone, no book, nothing, just them and their own thoughts. The only other thing in the room was a button that gave you a mild electric shock. And here's the number that should stop you. 67% of the men shocked themselves, 2 out of 3, on purpose, to dodge 15 minutes alone with their own mind. Read that again. People chose pain over their own company, not because they were broken, because sitting in silence with yourself is, for most brains, genuinely unbearable. So the person who wakes at 5 a.m. and reaches for silence, not a screen? You're the 33% who didn't touch the button. That's the surface answer. The reason underneath is chemical. Here's what your body does the moment you wake. 20 to 30 minutes after your eyes open, cortisol spikes. Not the bad kind everyone panics about. This is the useful surge, the one that boots your brain up for the day. And in that window, it does something specific. It lights up the parts that plan, reflect, and connect ideas that don't obviously fit. Scientists call it the brain's self-directed mode, the state where your mind talks to itself instead of the world. For a short stretch after waking, that mode runs at full volume. It's a chemical window, and it has a hard closing time, because the second real stimulation lands, a notification, a voice, a face, the window shuts. Not slowly, fast. That mode gets shoved aside the instant the world demands attention. So when you protect your morning silence, you're not avoiding people. You're holding a door open on a room that closes the moment someone knocks. Some of you are thinking, fine, but plenty of people wake up early and feel nothing special. True, and that's the second half of this. Because it isn't only the chemistry, it's your wiring. Back in the 70s, a psychologist named Eysenck found something strange about quiet people. Their brains already run hot on the inside. Most people need input to feel switched on. Noise, conversation, a screen. People who guard solitude are the opposite. They're already at capacity from their own inner signal. So social noise doesn't charge them up. It floods them. Picture a room that's already full. Most people wake to an empty one and rush to fill it. A phone, a podcast, a voice. For you, the room starts full. And the early morning is the one time of day when nothing's been added yet. No emails stacked up, no performance running, no version of you that has to smile at anyone. That's not a preference you picked. It's a threshold you were built with. And here's the part that reframes the whole thing. Every hour after 8, you're presenting. Colleagues, messages, expectations, a slightly edited version of yourself. All day. The early morning is the only slot before that software loads. Your mind gets to be itself, for exactly as long as the quiet lasts. So let's put it back together. You were told that guarding your mornings alone means you're withdrawn. It's the opposite. Your brain built itself to think in a register noise can't reach. The early morning is the one window before the noise starts. The cortisol surge hands you a rare cognitive state. Your wiring means quiet feeds you instead of draining you. And the world hasn't loaded yet, so nobody's asking you to perform. 3 things line up for maybe an hour. Most people never notice it exists, because they fill it with a screen before it can open. You didn't need the science to feel it. You just knew that if you gave that hour away, something in you went quieter for the rest of the day. Now you know what it was. Tomorrow morning it'll be there again. Same blue room, same dark city, same phone, face down on the table. The window opens at 5 a.m. whether you use it or not. The only real question is whether your hand reaches for the silence or the screen. One of them is where you get to hear your own mind think. If this names something you've felt for years, watch 5 Things You Do Alone next. It breaks down what your brain is doing in that quiet.